Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. The 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council met in New York on Wednesday to discuss Russia's proposal for Syria to hand over all of its chemical weapons and have them destroyed under international supervision. In related news, American mainstream media has highlighted an odd gesture of propaganda or undecided anti-propaganda, allowing a number of recent anti-Western views to come into light for the majority of the American public, with this week's Charlie Rose interview with the Syrian president, in which he pleaded against using chemical weapons, and an op-ed piece apparently written by Russian President Vladimir Putin, appearing in the New York Times on Wednesday, in which the leader discusses the United Nations founders and why America feels the need to police other countries' internal affairs. Both of the pieces are worth viewing, not as much for their content, but for the understanding as to why the content is being driven to the American public. As the course of global change continues, over 1 million Catalonians have joined hands and formed a human chain that stretches over 250 miles long, as men and women within the country join together to demand that Catalonia break away from the Spanish government and become its own independent country. Researchers at the Michael G. DeGroote Institute of Infectious Disease have released a study showing that occurrences of influenza and possibly pandemic influenza have a direct correlation with changing weather patterns and high levels of humidity. In other flu news, the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Health released a statement saying that an additional 4 cases of the MERS coronavirus have been confirmed between people that have had close contact with known MERS cases. However, following yesterday's report on the continuing use of official propaganda regarding the virus, the Prince Sultan Military Medical City released a contrasting official denial of MERS cases with healthcare workers. A U.S. research facility reported that satellite imagery showing thick white steam emanating from a building in North Korea's Yongbyon nuclear complex suggested that the country has restarted nuclear reactors that are capable of producing weapons-grade plutonium. An expert at Japan's Marine Science and Technology Institute told Asian news agencies that data released by the Tokyo Electric Power Company indicated that there may be a second major leak at the Fukushima nuclear power plant. And to wrap things up, Russia's proclaimed carrier killer warship entered into the Mediterranean. A terrorist group continues to hold over 150 citizens hostage in the Philippines. Protesters in Chile clashed with police on the anniversary of a 1973 coup. And a 5.7 west of South America completes today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by GoBerkey.com. Remove fluoride, lead, viruses, and parasites with a high-quality Berkey filter today. And SQmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.